What's going on, people? We are back again with another video, and 90 Day Fiance is finally back after its Christmas break and New Year's break. But with that being said though, we pretty much kickstart off with Sophie and Rob. And in case you forgot, the last time we saw these two, they were having a heated argument, and the argument was purely because they were in a shop. A woman approaches them and says, "Hey, I would like to have a three with you guys." Sophie's like, "Rob, you answer the question." Rob's like, "Nope, I don't want to answer the question." And the whole thing gets blown out of proportion because Sophie's upset with the fact that Rob just didn't say no straight off the bat rather than doing what he did, which I do understand. But at the same time though, Sophie always seems to be fishing for excuses to have an argument over anything and everything. But hey, this is where we are, so let's get into it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Boom.
And why I was upset was because I thought you wanted to her, and if it was about supporting me and not the fact you was getting a green light to have sex with someone else, then that's fine. I understand.
Sophie and I will have these heated arguments, and then we somehow find each other. And I really appreciate that Sophie's able to move on from these moments, and I really try to myself.
Now,
I feel like...
You know, it was so crazy. The amount of times Rob has spoken or entertained other women is nuts. And for me personally, he said that, you know, I'm really appreciative that Sophie's always understanding. What I'm getting from that is that basically I will always continue to mingle with other women because I know I always get away with it because you always let me off anyway. And that's something that Sophie has to really analyze. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, she's allowed this man to walk over her for way too long. But hey, we continue.
Claire is a wrench being tossed in the gears of Sophie and I. She doesn't know how to shut up when it's time to be quiet.
that's rude.
I'm just
If I
honest.
said to you, your mum doesn't know how to shut up
If
when
my
she
mom...
needs to.
So now we're in this conversation here, the conversation of Sophie's mum arriving this episode in the United States of America to be with her daughter, but at the same time to make sure that she lets her feelings known when it comes to Rob's efforts with her daughter. But Rob isn't lying when he talks about how Claire is a wrench in their relationship because goddamn, the things that she has to say, well, let's just say it this way. When you meet Claire, you understand why Sophie is the way she is.
If my mom was as rude to you as your mom is to me,
No, I think my mum...
it definitely affects me. And if you care about me, then you would understand where I'm coming from.
So you have to
That is a fair point.
learn to accept it.
I'm pretty sure it'll be between you and my mom on catching that.
I swear, I'll knock your mum to the floor. I mean, get out of the way. I need to get
I don't
married.
doubt it. My mom's a tiny lady.
You know what I really want to address here? I don't know why 90 Day Fiance feel the need, okay, to use subtitles for British people. I was meant to say this like a while back in another season, but why are they using subtitles for British people? Like, so what, is our accent that bad that you think that Americans are not going to understand what we're saying? Like, I feel so insulted. Like, bruh, like we speak English. Anyway, I just wanted to express that. But with that being said, though, let me embrace the subtitles so you guys can see what is being said. But let me go back and look a bit here so you can follow the context of what's going on here. It's nothing particular.
I'm pretty sure it'll be between you and my mom on catching that.
I swear, I'll knock your mum to the floor. I mean, get out of the way. I need to get
I don't
married.
doubt it. My mom's a tiny lady. So it's not like, she's super tiny and not aggressive. So she's pretty aggressive. You're gonna...
So obviously here, you know what's so crazy? literally, they talk about the wedding. Talk about throwing the bouquet. Sophie's mom like, well, I want it because I've never been married before. I'm thinking to myself, I wonder why you haven't been married before. Like, you are legit a hot mess. Like, yeah, I can see it a lot. But anyway, with that being said though, obviously she makes the joke that she would, you know, throw Rob's mum out of the way to get the bouquet. Now, of course, in my opinion, I feel like Rob is joking back. But for some reason, Sophie's mum and Sophie kind of take it as if he's not joking back. And I don't understand why, because it seems to me as if Sophie's mum does what Sophie does. She's just fishing for an argument for the sake of having an argument. Not because there's one that needs to be made.
Like you just said, you'll knock my mom to the floor. That's pretty aggressive in itself.
Oh,
She's not aggressive, she's just joking.
Right, but that's kind of her mom, your mom to my mom, the energy. My
yeah,
mom's joke, but it's
yeah,
still
but you just
obviously...
called me aggressive.
I mean, listen, if somebody makes a joke and says, I'm going to throw your mum to the floor, why is it not okay for somebody to say, okay, you're aggressive, has a joke back? You see what I'm saying? It's like tick for tack. If you ask me personally, him calling her aggressive in a joking manner, right, is far worse than her saying that she's going to throw his mum on the floor in a joking manner. But hey, we continue.
No, it's as if I'm going to be at your wedding and knock a woman to the floor.
My mum's very sarcastic and jokey. Like,
You guys are taking me literal. I didn't take you literal. Exactly why I'm always on edge when Claire's around. It's like we're joking, everything's good, and then if I say, you know, a joke back, now we want to take it personal or make it negative. It just feels like between both of them, I'm always one word away from saying the wrong thing.
Well, you argue because when we talked about the bouquet and me tackling your mother to the floor, which was a joke, you literally didn't take it as a joke.
I didn't take it seriously.
he doesn't get British
No,
humour.
he doesn't get it. I don't think he gets humour full stop.
No.
I mean, listen, at least you know what? When I used to work in schools with kids, right? And I used to be like, why are you like that? And then I used to meet the kid's parent and I used to be like, so that's why you're like that. This is legit Sophie and her mom. But anyway, let's get into this one itself in particular here.
You knew she was coming.
Yeah.
Why wasn't there? Why haven't you sorted out a different place, a bigger place?
Because in the last 2.5 years, I've been putting a lot of money into just us being together.
Years, if you, like, I don't want to say that term, it's not the right term to say. Like, no, I can't say it. What? Like, a real man would be like, Sophie, we can't see each other. I know we want to be together. We need to put all this money in. So by the time you get here, we've got a deposit. We can move into a one-bedroom place. We'll have.
I mean, listen, I understand the mom's frustrations 100% in this situation here about the fact that Rob didn't prioritize, you know, their living arrangements more. Because obviously the mom's argument here is that, well, why didn't you? And he says, well, that's because I was spending money, you know, seeing your daughter over the past God knows how long. You know, and of course, we definitely spent time in certain places that was rent money. So that's why. I mean, listen, I get it. Obviously, Rob's defense is, you know, what's wrong with her coming here and then we figure it out together. Well, there's a big problem with that one, to be fair with you, because I think the thing that Rob ignores is that if Sophie can't work, okay, you know, hold that thought.
Space in
This idea of a real man is supposed to tell his woman, like, all right, we're not going to see each other for a year so that we can get a spot. That's ridiculous. Instead, a couple months of dealing with the spot and then finding a spot together, that seems way more accessible and way more like me and her will actually get to be together.
Put enough effort into saving up for it. And whether you like it or not, she can't work. You knew when she got here, she can't work.
I'm trying not to take my mum's side, but it's like everything my mum's saying I agree with, and everything Rob's saying he's just acting defensive. He's been the same old Rob that he always is.
So here's the thing, you know, because Sophie can't work, I don't know why Rob felt like bringing Sophie to the States first and then trying to look for a biggest place was going to work. Because if he's not working now anyway, and, you know, he's unable to save all that kind of stuff, think about it. He has to pay for 2 people. It's going to be harder for you to save whilst you're paying for 2 people compared to if you did it before she had arrived and you saw her less. Well, then problem solved. You see what I'm saying? I mean, to be honest with you, this situation shouldn't be that deep, but because his place is literally like, well, we all know what his place is like. This is why it's so deep, and I understand it. Yeah, I mean, I personally wouldn't want to bring, you know, my lady to that living arrangement personally. I would make sure to be fair with you, I would make sure that all my ducks in order before I'd even bring a lady into my life, point blank, period. Ain't no way I'm going to be dating a woman and knowing that this is my living situation. No, hell no. Nah, man, listen, I want to make sure that I'm in the best place possible. Just what I'm saying, in most areas of my life. Yeah.
Just fine.
I mean, I agree that you did know the situation was going to be in, and when I came here, you didn't have a job lined up already. Well, you haven't had a job secured, you haven't had the place secured. There could have been a lot of things you could have done better. There was months I was saying, when are you going to get a job? When are you going to get a job? You're like, oh yeah, soon. You didn't get a job.
Y'all and these opinions is blowing my mind. Because neither of you guys have ever been at the bottom. If you've never lived on your own and had to do it on your own, then shut up trying to tell somebody else what they should be doing. You know, you just make a phone call and you're back up. That's easy enough for you guys, but I don't have that. It makes me feel like fully
At all. Not
even the slightest bit. I have
you
zero
have no
help.
idea.
Anybody, and you're gonna tell me you have zero help?
Yeah, I do.
That's a bull-faced lie.
Yeah, that's what you think.
I'm confrontational. I'm trying not to be, but they brought it out of me. Act like y'all been through it all. That's bull.
I mean, listen, to be honest with you, it's not nice to be ambushed by your woman and her mother. I can say that for sure. It's not nice, right? So the situation the situation would have been very, very uncomfortable for Rob, 100%. Now, we know Rob can't hold his temper, like he said, because he's confrontational. Me, myself in particular, I'm not confrontational. I'm the kind of person who'd be like, you know what, I'm going to walk away now because I ain't wasting my time here. You know what I mean? Because, yeah, I ain't going to put my energy in stuff that just doesn't really benefit me in one way, in no way whatsoever. Just see what I'm saying? But I think for Rob now, what he has to really think about the most is, can he be with somebody like her for the rest of his life, knowing that he hasn't got his shit together? Because it's going to be very hard for me to get his shit together whilst they're together. Because at the end of the day, she can't work. So therefore, she can't even support him financially if he's got any dreams or goals. You see what I'm saying? And the wait until she can work, it's a long wait. But then again, at the same time, the Sophie definitely gives you vibes as the kind of person that would have done a Miona, gone to the States to make money based on your own ideas, rather than, you know, getting an actual job, which you can do. But then again, Sophie clearly isn't as bright as Miona, and this is why we are where we are. But nonetheless, though, we'll leave it as that. See what happens. Obviously, next week with Sophie and Rob. You guys let me know what you're thinking, and we can talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.